So I want to show off final painting job of the black parts, now painted metallic black, using number 78 Mr. Color. Trying to get the right consistency of the tone so it looks okay. You know, sometimes when you oversaturate something, you'll see it and you'll notice it, so you have to constantly move the the brush every now and then just so you can get the right tone of the color. But it came out pretty good, this one. I really like how the reflectiveness of this came out. It's not as strong as the colors that I'm going to be doing before, but it's something in between. Specifically also the beam rifle. Later on I want to, well, like I said before, there's a part here that goes in there which is part of the trim. So once that's done, I'm going to close it and seal it up. But other trim parts like this, like here, and maybe here, I'm probably going to mask it and paint it a different color. Don't know which one yet. Actually, part of me says maybe I should do the gold, one of the gold colors, or maybe I should do chrome, or maybe the other color that I had been sitting around there. But I haven't decided what to do yet at this point. But anyway, I'm just reviewing all these parts, making sure that they're fine. So I'm going to seal them up in another Chinese case, Chinese food case, I mean. And then I'm going to move on to the next stage of the build, or the painting, the inner frame. This also gives me an opportunity to discuss something. I've been slowly debating on the fact that maybe the copper may not be a good choice. And so we all know these are the colors that I'm going to do right now. So this one's a lighter, this one's a little darker, and this is the darkest one. But after reviewing this, I was saying, maybe this is not a good choice. So I had to look at more videos online. So far I'm the only one doing gold. Maybe there's someone out there who can tell me if there's someone doing a gold also. Then I realized something. Maybe this is not the tone I want. Maybe it's something along the line of this, but still darker. So I've decided to buy another type of paint. Hopefully that will help me out with this kit. And that is this. Polish Brass. And as you can see, this one's a little bit more darker than I have here. But I gotta test this first. So I grabbed one of my other spoons that I use as a test, and right now I primed it with a white primer, and I'm going to do something different now, because after reviewing Gunpla Fixation's page or video of him doing testing of the Alclad paints, he did it a way where I should have done it myself. So I'm painting I finished priming this. Now I'm going to use Model Master's Gloss Black and try to see if I can get the wetness shine on this as best as I possibly can. And then apply this and see what results I get. Give me a few moments. Here are some of the gray parts that I began priming using white primer microfiller. So I wanted to concentrate on the areas that I know that need to be painted. The other areas that doesn't need to be painted really did not need to be primed. Only the ones that I sanded down and cleaned up. Some parts I'm seeing that needs to be a little bit more cleaned up than before, while others just needs a little cover up here and there, because it's definitely going to be repainted, the gunmetal that I will work on. This is a small section. I have another section here where I have all the bigger parts and stuff like that. And the one thing that I've noticed, of course, is the hydraulics, like parts like this one, and actually let me show you this one here. So like you have this part here and you have the hydraulics. I think I'm pulling out the wrong ones, but oh yeah, this is the right ones. So I think I'm going to paint this chrome or the polished aluminum to give it that extra detail look to this. Yeah, this is something that I may want to do with this. So it does. So it looks the part. Doesn't look pretty. Doesn't look all too well if it was the same color. So that was the idea for that one. There are other parts here that after priming I realized, okay, I'm gonna have to do something like that where I'm gonna have to paint it a different tone. So like here, as you can see there, come on, focus, there you go. So you have this part here where clearly if I want, you know, I'm gonna have to do is after I finish painting the whole thing, I'm gonna mask this area here and then paint the insides here as well. This is a tricky thing because now I gotta also mask the inside there, so that way I don't paint the inside. So that's, or I can probably do the reverse where I can just painted gloss, or painted the metallic part, and then cover the entire section here after I clear coated, then painted the metallic gunmetal. Those are things that are going to annoy me. But this is a tedious process to get to every little detail of this kit as possible. Another portion, I think the arms, I don't think that needs to be done like that. Oh yeah, they do, because look, if I open this up, that has to be painted also. So I may have to remove this section here, yeah, like I just did right now. Didn't realize that. And probably have to paint that chrome as well, or the aluminum. Oh, this is don't know what I got myself into, but I've committed to it and I'm pressing forward. And speaking of pressing forward, I did mention before of the other paint that I was looking into using, and that is of course the polished brass. Wanted to give a side-by-side comparison with the color that I'm replacing it with. Here's the copper. Let me focus in here. There we go. There's the copper. This is the polished brass. I don't know if you guys can see me moving about, but this one is a hell of a lot better results than this. It's a little weak in a way. I have another one here that I wanted to show you. Here's a better one because I did a couple of tests, and as you can see, this is far more reflective than the other one. I didn't give it another pass, so I may want. This is just one pass. I bet you on the second pass it'll be a lot more shinier. But this was a rough, quickly, you know, did it too quick for me to you know, test out. But I kind of like this one better than using this. And the techniques that I did on this, I want to apply it onto these two guys. So even though these are the reflective, this is the gloss white that I used, I have a distinct feeling I may decide to do this. I may decide to try to get it as reflective as possible for these two tones and then use the black on this, or maybe I just use black on this. I don't know. It's driving me nuts here which one to use, but yeah, it's a lot of work here to do. All right, let me continue on with the gunmetal on the inner frame.